Hi.
Hi.
How are you today?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good. We're
cheers.
in our matching blue suits today.
Yes, we are.
If you guys are listening, turn it off and go watch us on YouTube. We also have our disco cups from the
Bachelorette.
I mean, there's only water in mine, but I kind of wish there was.
I know.
A little-
We've been on a train since we've come back. Mm-hmm. And these are so fun. Why not? But
Yeah, I feel like we were so well behaved all winter, and now that the sun is shining, it's like
a whole different beast.
all bets are off.
Yeah.
We're in training for the wedding, really. We're getting
Yeah.
our tolerance up.
Literally.
What's the count? How far out are we?
From the wedding day?
Yeah.
19 days.
Whoa.
That's insane.
Okay.
But when you guys will be hearing this,
It'll be like a week.
yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And how are you feeling about everything?
Feeling actually really good, just really excited and ready to have it here. Mm-hmm. But it's crazy. It's like a weird concept. Like there's certain days where it's like, whoa, okay. Like I just want it to be here. I'm sick of this.
Yeah.
That sounds so bad, but really it's like just so stressful. And then the other day I had a realization. I was like, oh my gosh, it's almost here. I don't want it to be here so soon.
Yeah.
Like it's going to be over.
You're going to have a weird withdrawal after. Like, what are we going to talk about?
I spoke to a past client. I was like, did you ever have like a what's it called? I don't even know. Like a feeling after.
Oh, yeah. Like a come down.
Yeah. Come down.
You might. We all might.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are we going to talk about today, Lisa?
We are going to be talking about how to have the best wedding day ever.
Yes. And honestly, you can have it. You can have the best wedding day
you really
ever.
can.
It's just about doing these couple simple steps to ensure that.
Yeah, we've seen all kinds of days, obviously.
Yes, we
We've seen some that were not maybe the best day ever.
No.
And we've seen some that were just good vibes.
Amazing.
Flawless.
And so
zero
we've
things went wrong.
we've taken those tips
Yeah.
from the really, really good days
Yeah.
and we're going to share them with you today.
Yeah, and hopefully you share them for your wedding day.
Yeah, if you
Implement these
know
immediately.
Yeah, if you know anyone engaged, recently
Yeah.
engaged or planning their own wedding, make sure to share this with them because this is going to be key.
Yeah, like we said, we've seen it all. So this is the science. We've been compiling this for a while. So, okay. Do you have?
Yeah,
them?
number one, let's start off strong with the day before the wedding, okay?
I think even sooner than that.
True.
Number one,
Yes.
we're going to say this until we die. Hire a wedding planner.
Oh, yes, of course, a hire wedding planner. They will help you relieve stress from way early on to planning and to your day. So,
Yeah, I think, as you know, because you're kind of in it right now, there are a lot of things that start to add up before the wedding that need to be done. So just having someone else take over those things. And honestly, you guys are going to hear an episode soon. We had a planner on, but it is kind of an insurance policy. If anything goes wrong, you don't have to deal with it. You've already hired someone to handle all those things, and you probably will never even know about it.
I think it's like a big thing is it's the communication between all the working parts as well, because that can be like a full-time job, which it literally is. So hire a wedding planner.
Yeah. Okay, the next one.
Yeah, so the day before the wedding, but also leading up, like making sure to be 100% for your wedding day is like not drinking too much the night before, getting good sleep, eating healthy food, or just like eating it all, because I feel like adrenaline is going.
Yeah.
You're probably anxious or excited, and you don't end up like eating as much. So
Hydrating.
yeah.
We've definitely walked into wedding days where people are struggling because there's usually a rehearsal dinner the night before. And as we know, the first night of any big weekend is exciting. And sometimes you just go too hard, but you do not want to be hungover on your wedding day.
Luke and I were talking yesterday, and he said we were out playing pool, and he's like, oh, I think for after the rehearsal dinner, I'm going to take my side and go to the billiards and like go play some pool. I'm like, okay, like you do you, but like just be cautious.
You need to have a bedtime. It's easier for the guys because they don't have to get up so early.
Totally.
They can sleep in a bit more, but often girls are starting hair and makeup at like 7, even
Sometimes earlier, yeah.
So if you're going to bed at 1 or 2, that is going to be a rough day, and that's the main event, guys. The main event is the wedding,
Yes.
not the rehearsal.
Don't get carried away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's a good step.
Yeah.
I think another one that we talked about, and this is probably like even leading up to the wedding, is setting some firm boundaries with people that you think are going to potentially stress you out. So if there's going to be anyone coming that's like, you know,
Yes.
do you have any weird vibes? Like, you need to talk about it.
Yeah, they will affect your day entirely. And like the dramas between like family members as well too, like having boundaries there and set and like communication done prior to the wedding day.
Yeah.
That's like, we are not, like, that's not happening. Like we've been to weddings where we have seen things fall apart between the families, or you know, fights break out, like verbal, physical, all of it. So just that ruins your day. So just
we're going to have an entire episode on this actually with a therapist who's going to talk to us about how to set boundaries. But
I
yeah,
need that.
I think you needed that like a couple months ago. It's too late now. You've been through it.
Yeah, but we can help all of our listeners. So
anyway, any person you think might cause some drama, it's best to just talk to them about it beforehand and say, hey, I'm a little bit worried about how things will be on the wedding day. Here's what I expect from you. And that's it.
Because communication is way better prior than having to deal with it right then and there, which brings us to our next point, which is literally having a guide and answers to all of the questions for guests, vendors, parties, anyone who needs to know. Like the communication is there.
Yeah, Sophia's dealing with this in real time. We're 19 days out from her wedding, and people even are reaching out to me about like where to stay, what to do, all these questions that like she shouldn't have to be worrying about because she's got a lot on her plate. So these are not things you want to be, as a guest, you do not want to be reaching out to the couple about what hotel to stay at 2 weeks before their wedding.
No. PSA to like anyone attending a wedding, there are wedding websites. If your couple for some reason doesn't have one, then, you know, maybe resort to a different person, a family member or something, but
leave the couple alone.
Yeah, please. And for couples out there, this is the best thing to do. If you don't have a wedding website, have one. Answer all the questions that might come up so that you can literally, if someone does reach out, you can either just send them the link to your website or like just tell them to go check it out.
They're very user friendly. We can link a couple in the show notes. I know the Knot has one. What's the one that you're using?
The Knot.
Yeah. You just put in your photos and kind of change the info to suit your day.
Super easy.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's a must.
Definitely.
That will help also. Like, I find that even I do this a little bit, which I like going forward into this year, I'm going to be doing a lot less, is I love to like come in, say hello to my couple, see how they've slept, see how they're doing, just check in, do a little check in. But often not, I will be looking around for like a box of details or something to like start photographing, but they'll usually have their ring still on, which I'll have to go ask for it. I'll have to be like, oh, where's the jewelry? Or something's not in the place. That will help immensely. No one asking you questions, is just having everything put together for your photographer prior in advance.
Yeah, this is something I talk to my couples about in our like pre-wedding consultation where we go over everything. I ask them to have anything they want photographed together, ready to go, and also to have a member of the bridal party or a mom or someone who's going to be available to me, who's my person kind of for the day, to get all those things from, so that I'm not going to the bride or the groom or whoever when they're, you know, getting their hair done or trying to get ready, saying, can I have your shoes or whatever? If I can go to a bridesmaid or a groomsman, they can handle it all. That's their job.
That's the best. Do you find that even when you do communicate this prior, are things
No.
falling through the cracks?
Yeah,
Or?
of course they are. That's just the nature of it. But, we can't control everything, but
Yeah.
the more prepared you can be ahead of time, then things will go smoother.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, we're whizzing through these. Let's talk about the next tip is picking vendors you really jive with.
Oh, yeah.
Which is so freaking important.
Yeah, I mean, these people are going to be with you all day on your wedding day. So if you're hiring a photographer that's super awkward that you don't really vibe with, guess what is going to be happening around you? You're not going to be laughing, having the best time, telling jokes, feeling comfortable. You're going to be hanging out with this awkward third wheel.
No one wants that.
No one wants that. No.
So pick vendors, like do your due diligence when you're, obviously all situations, if you're like getting married in a short time frame, you might have less options to pick from, but really like meeting with your vendors prior, not just booking them blindly, and seeing if that connection is there, because it will benefit you. And that's how you have the best wedding day ever.
Yeah.
Being surrounded by good vibes and good people and
Yeah.
like making sure you're comfortable.
And I think people that match your energy, if you're kind of a calm, low-key, mellow couple and that's what you want your day to be, maybe don't pick the person that's like, hi, nice to meet you. Because then you're going to have that elevated energy all day, or vice versa. If you feel like your bridal party's going to be super rowdy, you guys are having like a crazy day, you probably don't want to hire the really shy person that's going to have to deal with them all. So
100%.
yeah.
That is a really good tip. Like if
Yeah.
we're take anything from this, like pick the right people.
Yeah.
For sure. All right, let's see. Next up is stepping away and having some alone time with your partner.
This is so necessary.
So necessary.
Yeah. Wedding days go by. Everyone says this. If you are planning a wedding, you've probably heard this 100 times already. Like, the day goes by so fast. But honestly, it really does. And if you don't carve out that time in your timeline to spend just the two of you, you won't get any, because you're surrounded by people that want you all day. Like, everyone wants to say hi to you. The second you're alone, someone's coming up to talk to you. So the two of you, I don't know how you do it, but I always try to incorporate like a sunset walk, even if it's just 10 minutes around the block, just for them to catch their breath and like connect a bit.
I love doing that too. Yeah. And I feel like if we don't see it in a timeline, we often try and give them that time. Like you said, during the sunset is so nice too, especially you've done all the activities for the day. During the evening, that's such a nice time to just like, okay, we need to take a breath. Let's go outside. Let's take a minute and just like be with each other, because like you said, so many people are pulling at you. Like you actually, don't see your partner. Well, you see them, right? You're obviously with them, but you're not spending that quality moments and times with them because you're trying to see everyone else as well.
Yeah. I think it's hard for us as photographers because we are trying to sneak you away at a certain point, and we never want to come up and interrupt you when you're having a conversation with someone. But sometimes literally I'll be like pulling them away, being like, if we don't go now, you're never going to go. And they're always so thankful after, like, oh, that was really nice. Thank you for doing that. So we're happy to be your scapegoat, and so you can be like, oh, gotta go. My photographer is like demanding we leave.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Blame it on us.
Yeah.
That kind of brings us to our next tip, which is having a relaxed timeline.
Yeah. This is a huge factor in your day, how your day will go.
Totally. It will help with you guys stepping away, having time, having buffer time, making sure that you're not, going down to like the 5-minute, 10-minute mark. It's like really having open space for things to happen naturally is like wonderful for candid moments and just more relaxation, because when you are going from, oh my gosh, to this, to this, to this, to this, it's just a lot, and it can like really pull you away from the moment and just be like on a timeline, which it's not fun.
So what's a tip that you can give for like how to have a relaxed timeline, or when people are planning it?
I think cut out certain things that maybe don't need to be specified almost. So like say you're like, okay, this is our photo time. We have an hour and a half. Keep it at that. There's not like, you don't have to break it down further kind of thing. And then maybe also just being okay with the fact that if you don't cut your cake or do something at a specific time, it's okay, because a lot of the time in the mornings, I find that's when we run the latest. Do you find the same? Like,
yeah, hair and makeup always goes at least half an hour longer than you think it will, or it takes an extra half an hour to get into your dress. Like, people don't think about those kind of things, but getting into the dress is a whole production. There's tape, there's stickies, there's undergarments. Like, it takes a while.
There's buttons beyond buttons, and nails are involved. You have no idea. Like, it will get to the point of like doing up the dress, and whoever's helping you with that is like, oh my God, this is taking me a lifetime. And so just being prepared for that. But I find that even if we run late in the mornings, like, we always are able to like kind of catch up in some way, because there's not, there is a little bit more buffer and relaxation throughout the rest of the day.
Yeah, I think maybe allowing an extra half an hour in the morning, just adding that on. Also, if there's going to be someone that's doing up the dress for you, like mom or a bridesmaid or whatever, maybe practicing once with them beforehand.
That's so
that
smart.
They know, because honestly, these dresses are like a feat of engineering. So if whoever's going to be doing it can, even that morning or the night before or something, can kind of see how it's going to work. Sometimes you need literally a tool to do up the buttons. So just having a run through with like all your undergarments and stuff will eliminate some of that hassle.
That's a really great suggestion.
I know. I'm just
I think
really
everyone
smart.
should do that. Just like how, you should try on your shoes and kind of get like those worked in. Like, same goes for your dress. Like, do that.
You do not want to have brand new wedding shoes on the day of your wedding. No. You really don't. Are you wearing yours right now?
No.
You should be.
I know. Oh my gosh. I have a weird thing with that though. For me,
like, it's like bad luck or something?
No, I think you should wear them in, but then I get to do the like details, and you see like
the scuff shoes,
the
on the
scuff
bottom.
or the footprints like dug into like the soles.
But what's worse,
or
like having?
No, for sure.
Do you want the pretty photo of your shoes, or do you want to hate your life because your feet hurt? Something to think about.
Yeah, something to think about for sure. So as well as having a relaxed timeline, I think another thing is like locations.
Yeah. I try to tell couples we need one location. Like, we'll go somewhere, do the photos, and then everything else can be done at the venue or whatever. If we're stopping 3 or 4 times, we're rushing, because by the time you get an entire bridal party off of a bus, it's like herding freaking cats. One girl has to go pee, then you're waiting. It's a nightmare.
Oh, but I need to grab a drink. And there's it is a logistical nightmare. If you're able, of course you're able, do one location, because
you can do whatever you want.
You can do whatever you want. Yeah, exactly. And if your 2 locations are very, very different from one another, I know that might be like a leading factor of choosing 2 different locations. Try to think of which location you'd want to do the majority in, because I think you start there, and if you have time, cool, go to the other one. But that way, it's just like, okay, if you feel stressed or rushed, you can just stay at the first location.
Yeah. Something I actually did it quite a lot with couples last year, and everyone loves it, is to do all your photos, and hopefully you still have a bunch of time, and you can stop at your favorite brewery. Everyone can grab a beer. You can stop at your favorite pub, whatever, and people like love it. The wedding party is so stoked. Like, it keeps everyone kind of chill and candid. The photos always look great. Like, you don't need to be taking photos for 2 hours. You really don't.
And going to those types of, like, say you go to your favorite brewery. That is so fun. I have had couples do that before, and it's like, it is one, just like an extra fun activity that you get to do, and it creates all these candid moments from it rather than it just being so much of a photo shoot, right?
Yeah.
So cool.
One of my favorite weddings, like the photos that I've taken, we stopped for pizza. So everyone got pizzas and just ate pizza in the parking lot. And some of those were my favorite photos because they were so fun and candid. Everyone was just like happy. Like, keeping everyone fed with a drink is a key to a happy day.
Yeah. Honestly, thinking of that, like, I would rather go through, like, go hit up McDonald's or something on the wedding day and just, like, make it easy and just, like, fun, right? That's a really cool tip. I actually had a couple on their wedding day go to the first place they met, which is a really nice cafe just on 4th Street, and it was the coolest thing.
Yeah,
and
that's
so
really cute.
So you're able to, like, work in different things into your day. Like, say you had a really romantic dinner, or maybe you did go to a brewery for your first date or something. Working that in is so sentimental.
And having those personal touches. I mean, it's your wedding day, right? It's not a photo shoot. We say this all the time. So having those kind of, like, really special personal moments and touches is just going to make your experience better. No one wants to be, like I said, we pick on fields so much. They get a bad rap, but no one wants to be standing in a field in a dress in the heat for 2 hours. They just don't. So we can get some amazing photos and then go do what you want to do. It's your day. You can do whatever you want.
100%.
Yeah.
That actually brought up one more tip. If you have a larger bridal party, having a limo to take you from A to B is, like, absolute key, because it will eliminate anyone getting lost, looking for parking, being dawdling around. Everyone has to be in the limo. So you're all together. You're all you're all taken care of.
And it's so fun. Like,
it is.
Put one person in charge of an amazing playlist, because there's nothing worse than getting in the limo. Everyone's scrambling around trying to get their phone to work, and it's like a terrible playlist. Like, this isn't the time for Nickelback. We need some, like, great music. Yeah. And everyone will just be vibing in the limo. It's like a dance party with your whole bridal party. It's so fun.
So fun.
Yeah.
So highly suggest.
And going with that also, you need, like, a limo kit. In that limo kit, you need water. Definitely water. Snacks. Drinks. A bottle of champagne to pop.
Yes.
Lipstick and touch-ups for the girls.
Yep.
And
that's
really it.
That's perfect.
Yeah, that'll keep the vibes high.
I love that. That's amazing. We just keep rolling in. We're basically walking you through the day here, but having a good playlist is key from beginning to end.
Yeah.
Have someone on that you're not having to worry about that. So a bridesmaid, groomsman, just being able to, like, keep the vibes high.
And think about the vibe of the day, because I walked into getting ready and it's like Drop It Low is playing. And that's maybe not the vibe you want to, like,
not
10
at that time. Yeah. But then I'm also like, I've walked in and it's crickets, and I'm like, do you want some music on? This
sucks.
Is like, you know, y'all are looking a little tired. We need to pump it up a bit.
Music is key.
Yeah, music is key.
And ask the couple what they want.
Totally.
This isn't your personal playlist. It's for them.
Totally.
So I think, putting a friend in charge is a great. People love a job on a wedding day. Like, delegate. No, yeah, they do. It helps them feel involved.
Yes, this is true.
Delegate some stuff.
That brings us back to our OG tip. Delegate. Give people jobs.
Yeah.
Make sure the communication is there. That way it's not on you.
Honestly, you shouldn't have one task to do on your wedding day. Besides, like, get ready and be there.
Yeah.
I've seen couples that have to set up the morning of their wedding. So they're like sweaty and hot and cranky and fighting with each other. And it's their wedding day. Like, that's it. You don't get it. It's one day.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that brings us back. Hire a planner. Tell your friends and family what to be doing. Like, you should not have that on your plate. I have like 10 things that I'm doing. No, I'm just kidding.
No,
I'm joking.
I'll do them.
No. I'm totally joking. Okay, we really only have 3 more major tips. One of them, this is easier said than done because I know how it can be in the moment. Well, I'm gonna know. Being present and letting go of control.
Yes. I think this is the hardest thing maybe for people to do because leading up to the wedding, you've had so many things you've had to think about, down to like the plates, the whatever, all the little touches you wanted to do. But once your wedding day comes around, nobody knows what you were planning. So if something isn't going to get done, literally no one will care.
Exactly. So just trying to be very in the moment.
Yeah.
And it is unfolding as it goes. This is your day as well. Like, we are basically on your timeline, even though you made a timeline.
Yeah.
It's your timeline on the day of. So like, say you want 5 minutes, go take your 5 minutes. Like, say you're running a little bit behind putting on your dress, don't stress or try to like rush into it. Just still enjoy those moments because that's why you've hired all these vendors to like take care of you and like get you back to on time or whatever, right?
And nothing's going to happen without you.
Exactly.
If it's your wedding, nothing's going to happen without you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just I feel like
take a breath.
Taking a breath, like keeping everything calm. It will all come together.
Exactly. That actually just made me think of one other one.
Yeah.
So a lot of people have learned off of TikTok lately that they should be providing a huge list of photos that they want and everything.
Oh, yeah.
We've said this so many times, but we're bringing that back up because letting go of control. So if you're hiring a documentary type of photographer, it's about those moments that are just naturally happening. It's great to have, like, we both still direct, we take control of the situation for you, but it's about letting those natural moments unfold.
Yeah.
And so just letting go of control is also photo-wise. We don't necessarily have to get every single thing that you could ever imagine. It's more about like you're spending time with your person, and this is your wedding day, and it's the events of the day, because you're throwing a party at the end of the day. This is a big party for everyone.
Yeah.
And for you.
I think people's favorite photos always end up being ones that were unplanned too.
Totally.
So yeah, just let it go. Trust your vendors that you paid to be there and take care of you, and everything will be fine.
Yeah.
Everything will be fine.
Yeah. I'm thinking, like, on my wedding day, I might just literally be like so spaced. Like, I'm just like, wow, I'm just in here right now. I'm not even answering anyone. I'm just going to be in my own little world.
Speaking of that, I think giving someone your phone for the day, like, give it to your bridesmaid. Let her keep it, because if your phone's there, you're going to want to be checking it.
This is true.
There's nothing you need to do on your phone that day. Like, anyone that could want to talk to you is there.
True.
Give them a bridal party's contact information. I always ask for the best man or the maid of honor or whatever, someone in the wedding party, because I'm never going to call a bride or a groom on their wedding day with a question.
No.
I'm not going to interrupt that. And the other vendors won't as well. So you really don't need your phone. Put your phone away.
Yeah, I agree. Hand it off to someone. They should be in charge of it all day. Good one, Lise. Okay. Wearing comfy shoes.
Oh yeah. This
Preach.
could ruin
Preach.
a day.
You have made a TikTok, you've made a reel on
Yeah.
Instagram about this ages ago, but it's so freaking important, because I don't know about you, but on a night out, if I wear heels that are super uncomfortable, I'm I'm a bitch. Like,
yeah.
you don't talk to me. Like, I'm miserable and I want to go home. Like, you don't want that on your wedding day.
No, like I'll sacrifice comfort for style anytime. I think you wear the cute shoes for the photos and then you have a backup. And
100%.
Okay, I preach this every freaking wedding and they never listen to me. The bridesmaids never bring comfy shoes and they're all whining and I'm like, girls,
you need to.
Is this your first? Are you new? Like,
oh my gosh, that's It's their first wedding.
It is their first wedding,
Jeez.
so I can't pick on them too badly. But I do always mention it. I'm like, have them bring, if it's summer, even a pair of flip flops to walk from location to location. If it's winter and they're wearing open-toed shoes, bring some boots because I can't.
We see this too often. Honestly, it's not just the couple.
Shoes are huge.
Shoes are huge.
And there's so many fun options. Like how fun if the bride goes and puts on like some Chucks or something or like her favorite sneakers or whatever. There's so many cute options and they're part of the photos too, but you've already got your like fancy, beautiful shoes taken. So change out of them. Yeah.
Feel free to change right after that because we won't see your shoes under your dress either. If you have like a longer dress, chances are we're not going to see what you changed them into. So realistically, you could get a few photos and then change for the entire day and be so comfortable and like happy.
It's the last thing you want to be thinking about. Actually, that makes me think of another one. While you're dress shopping, that is something to take into account. Can you sit down? Can you eat in your dress?
That's such a good one.
Like if it's digging into you or it's uncomfortable or it's too tight and you can't even sit down and eat your dinner, that's going to affect your day. So pick a dress that you can dance in or find something to change into, like another option. If your first dress is going to be really uncomfortable, then you can change, but you don't want to be like in that uncomfortable dress all day.
No, that's going to make you miserable too. Yeah.
Thank God mermaid dresses aren't in anymore.
Oh gosh.
R.I.P. to the mermaid dress.
You literally can't walk.
No, or sit.
Or do anything.
Like I've had brides have to kind of just lean in the limo because like they can't sit down.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, comfy shoes.
Just show up in a white sweatsuit.
Honestly, comfort is key, and you shouldn't sacrifice that. No. We also love a dress change, so might as well. Okay, and then the last one would just be, it's like the simplest one, honestly. Like everyone needs to know this. It will make you have the best day ever. What is it, Lisa?
I don't know. What is it? The suspense.
It's to hire us.
Oh yeah, we will bring the vibes.
We will bring the vibes. We will do a great job. We will become your best friend.
We're your hype girl.
We will make sure you're fed and nourished and hydrated. Not to like pump us up any more than we need.
We're your bestie on your wedding day. Yeah. And you can hire us together.
Yeah, you can.
Sophia does video, I do photo.
Yes.
We have maybe a little more formal collaboration in the works, but as of now, you can just reach out to either one of us and hopefully we're both free on your day.
Yeah, that would be lovely. We work great as a team.
Yeah.
I think that's another thing when picking out photo and video that a couple people might struggle with is, different personalities and different work ways or whatever. It's having two very separate teams come and meet the day of. Usually they kill it, they knock it out of the park, but I've seen some things.
This is something a planner would usually do, but if you don't have one or if you haven't seen your planner do it, you can introduce all your vendors through email so that they can kind of communicate and say hi to each other and know who they're going to be working with.
Okay. I just came up with the coolest idea.
Okay.
What if you all the vendors, okay? They all went for drinks with the couple prior to the wedding day. Like, how fun would that be?
I mean, you'd get drunk all summer, but I like it.
You get to like meet everyone. I mean, mostly we are working with people that we know
Yeah.
anyways, but that'd
be really fun. Yeah. Okay,
Just
well,
like-
if you hire us, we'll organize it.
Yeah, we'll make it happen for you. Okay, well, that's like our main tips. If you
Yeah.
guys have any other suggestions on how to make the day the
Or
best day
questions.
ever, yeah, questions or anything that we might have missed, DM us on Instagram, comment on this video on Instagram or YouTube, and we'll make sure to make a part 2 answering questions or sharing some of your hot tips that maybe we didn't mention.
Yeah, I think as wedding season gets going, we're just going to have endless things to talk about.
I know.
So all of these conversations are just ongoing.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%. We do have our game though, right?
Yeah, let's play.
Should we play?
We're going to play I Do or Boo. Okay, we need to think of what our fans are called. You know how like armchair
Oh.
expert, they're called armcherries? Like we need to think of, actually you guys can tell us. What should we
Yeah.
call you? Our fans.
Help us pick a name for you guys
Yeah.
because we need to be calling you
'Cause
by.
we have some very loyal fans that we
Yeah, we do.
appreciate. And yeah, we need a name. Anyway, if you're one of them, you
Yeah.
know this game, I Do or Boo.
Yeah.
We have a few topics, and I'm going to ask them today to you.
Oh, okay.
You look scared.
Whoa.
Okay, should we just hop into it?
Yeah, let's hop into it.
Okay. First one, getting ready at home.
Okay, why are all of ours that we ask? I'm like, there's a good part on that side and a good part on that side. I'm gonna have to tell you both because that's the way it's
Hit
gonna
me
go.
with both.
Oh,
Harvey was so
hi,
scared.
Harvey. What's going on?
Sorry, if you guys are listening, Harvey was peacefully sleeping in his bed. He just did a full flip out of it and has now joined. He wants to be here for the game.
Yeah, come up. Oh, so sweet. Seriously.
Okay.
Okay, so advantage of doing it at home. You are at home. You don't have to transport a ton of things all around.
Your pets are there.
Your pets are there. That's a huge one. Your pets are there. Good intro, Harv. He just came in at the perfect time.
Oh, and he's out.
The disadvantage, I'm going to say, is having to tidy, having to clean, having that extra step prior to, whereas if you go to a hotel or an Airbnb, it's all done for you. Like, it's ready to go. So that's just one of the downfalls. But then, yeah, like, I think the good outweighs the bad. So
It depends on your house, honestly.
does.
If you don't have a nice house with good light and like space, like you're
Then
not
don't
getting
do
ready
it
in
at
like
the
your
house, yeah.
little dark condo. You know, you have to
No.
have the space
You
for
do
it.
have
But
to have the space.
if you have a home that you are really proud of, then how beautiful will those photos be? How much more meaningful will they be one day?
that's very true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
You
depends,
could also
but
hire a cleaner to come
That's
the day
true.
before.
Yeah. That's very true. So yeah, if you do have the space, then go for it. It's so cute.
So it's an idea.
It's an
with
idea.
like boo and brackets.
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Boo in brackets. Like
Yeah. Mostly I do.
Okay.
Okay, the next one, doing your own hair and makeup.
I'm gonna say boo.
Yeah, agree.
Like to have to do. That's one of our tips. Not having anything to do on the wedding day. That just adds to like the pressure of having to do it. I know a lot of people might say, you know, I do it so well and like whatever. Do a trial run. Find someone to do it for you that you love because it will just be so nice to sit there and have everything happening for you.
Yeah, it's your wedding day. You should
Yeah.
be pampered a little bit.
Exactly.
And like you should have a mimosa in your hand, relaxing to your playlist and feeling a little bit special.
Totally.
Yeah.
Agreed.
And it's probably not as expensive as people think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, last one. Party buses.
I do.
Yeah.
So fun.
So fun.
Like, why not?
Yeah. It's totally different when everyone's in different cars. Like you don't
It
get to have that
is.
moment with everyone, but honestly, the dance parties we see are crazy on a
Yes.
party bus.
Party buses need to be like a must, I think.
Yeah, I
they're
want
so
one,
fun.
like,
if you
all
have
the time.
if you have to like go from place to place, do a party bus.
Yeah, or a
also,
limo.
I guess like that's a little tip is some venues, like if you're really wanting a relaxed day, one venue that has everything, then
Yeah.
that's for you.
Yeah.
But sometimes you can't find that. Like,
Yeah, even better, a venue that has everything so you can have reception or ceremony and reception there, but also with amazing photo opportunities
Yes.
right nearby.
yeah, that cuts down on travel time, cuts down on the time you'd need your vendors there as well,
Yeah.
like for photo, right? That
And
eats
budget,
up.
because you're not paying for a party bus and all that kind of
Exactly.
stuff.
Yeah, so many things.
Maybe
to
we'll
think
do
of.
an episode on our favorite venues.
Yeah, that would
And
be
kind
awesome.
of, there's so many different, like getting married in the mountains versus getting married in the city are completely different days, and there's like benefits to both, but maybe that's something we'll talk about.
Well, here's a little teaser. I know we like to keep, when we have guests on, very tight-lipped, lock and key, but some of the things that we will be talking about coming up here just on our solo episodes is things to be asking your photographer, how to find the right photographer. Lots of client-based episodes coming up here. So if you do know someone that's recently engaged, getting married, these could be really helpful to them.
And again, we want to know what you guys want to hear from us.
Totally.
I feel like some of our episodes have been maybe more directed towards wedding vendors and photographers, but we want to be able to include everyone in those. We want to make episodes that everyone enjoys listening to. So we want to hear what you guys want to hear.
Yeah, and we'll talk about anything, honestly.
Yeah, give us a
We'll bear it all.
microphone. We'll talk for an hour.
Anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in to this episode.
Yes.
I hope it was helpful and informative for you guys. But ultimately, hope you guys have the best wedding day ever.
Yeah, and we will be so grateful if you share this with a friend.
Yeah. Cheers to that.
Cheers.
Another one down. Boom.